Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Evelyn. My name is Evelyn. Today we are making beans and mashed plantain, which is one of Nigeria's comfort foods because for so many of us, just like me, this recipe brings back memories of home, childhood and family meals, especially Saturday family meals. And for this recipe, I'm going to be adding some mashed plantain to add some natural sweetness, but you're free to add Irish potatoes, sweet potatoes, or yam. So sit back and let's get cooking. So in a pot, I already have some boiling water. I already went ahead to pick my beans to remove particles or stone. Then I washed it. Make sure to pick your beans thoroughly and wash before you pour into the boiling water. Then I'm just going to stir this and allow this boil for a couple of minutes to remove that brown water. We are going to be discarding that initial water, and this helps remove compounds that cause gas and stomach discomfort and just makes your beans easier on the stomach. You can also soak your beans in clean water for a couple of hours before cooking and discard the soaked water before you cook, and this reduces gas even more, and you may not even need to drain your beans during cooking. After thoroughly draining your beans, you're just going to pour your beans into your clean pot, add some clean water, enough to cook your beans, add some onions, cover your beans and just let it cook until it is soft and tender. Now, if you're coming across my channel for the very first time, a warm welcome to you. My name is Evelyn. Please don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. At this point, I already added water and onions, and I'm just going to cover and let my beans cook. So I had some ripe plantains in the fridge. I'm using 2 ripe plantains, which I'm just going to peel off camera, and I'll mash and I'll add this later on in the video. At this point, my beans had been cooking for a couple of minutes. You can see my mashed plantain. I didn't mash it really well. I still wanted some chunks of plantain. So just do you. If you want them really mashed, you can do that. You can cut it. Just do whatever you want. But my kids like it mashed in their beans. I've added my plantain and I added some chopped onions. I'm also adding some cayenne pepper for some heat. You can use fresh pepper. I also added some crayfish powder and some tomato bouillon. I love to add tomato bouillon because it adds some color to your beans, and because of the color, you don't need to add too much palm oil when cooking your beans. I also added some salt to taste. Then I'm just going to stir this all together to ensure that all the ingredients are well incorporated. After stirring, I'm just going to cover this and let it cook until it is really, I love my beans really soft. So if you're like me and loves your beans really soft, you're just going to let this cook until it is really soft. After stirring, I'm going to cover and let this cook for a couple of minutes. Remember that all the ingredients I used for this recipe will be in the description box, so you can check that out much later. So at this point, my beans had been cooking for a couple of minutes. I'm just going to add some palm oil into it. Once I add my palm oil, I'm going to stir and I'll cook this on medium to low heat. At the tail end of cooking my beans, I love to cook it on medium to low heat because it can easily get burnt once you add all your ingredients. Just stir your palm oil into your beans to ensure it is really incorporated. Put your heat on medium to low, cover and just let this cook until it is soft and tender, until you've reached the consistency that you want and the texture that you want. So at this point, our beans is almost ready. Just allow it simmer down for a couple of minutes, stir, and after that, your beans and mashed plantain is ready to be served. I love to serve my beans hot. You can have this with gari, you can have this with bread, just whatever you want. And you will agree with me that Nigerian beans is so easy to prepare, and trust me, this tasted really good because the mashed plantain adds that natural sweetness to balance the earthy flavor from your beans. And if you haven't tried this recipe, please give this a try. And it is really healthy because for this amount of beans I didn't have to use so much palm oil because I added some tomato bouillon. And once your beans is ready, just serve hot and enjoy. Thank you so much for watching to this point. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Share this video to your family and friends. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next recipe. Bye.